Welcome back to Living 808. The last 5 months have been extremely stressful on top of everyday situations. The pandemic has made it even tougher for all of us.
Sometimes the best thing to do is talk it out. We know just the right people for a straight talk. Another straight talk with Risa and Edwina. Today's topic is one that many of us have dealt with, and maybe not so well as others. It's stress. Thank you guys so much for being with us on Living 808. Appreciate it. Always so helpful, but let's go ahead and first define stress. And there are many causes, I'm sure, but I'd love to hear what you guys have as your opinion for what causes it.
Stress is a mental or emotional state that's caused by strain that results from something that's adverse or very demanding. And typically we experience stress physiologically in our bodies. It's often felt when a person's sense of normalcy is disrupted and we have to draw on inner resources in order to cope. Believe it or not, stress is actually a normal part of life. We all experience some level of stress. What makes it difficult is if we're not able to manage the stress, and so then it becomes a detrimental part of our life.
And that's where, dealing with the stress of a pain. You mentioned a bunch of stuff that are probably the top of the list. I'd love to know some statistics, Edwina.
Absolutely. It's kind of interesting with this COVID times, because statistically speaking, one of the major causes of stress and the greatest cause of stress in the United States is actually financial problems. And so 72% of Americans are actually stressed out about money, really about at least some of the time, and probably in this season even more. Healthline also informs us that 20% of the US population also report being under constant or chronic stress as well too, and that people need technically about 9 minutes to actually recover from a stressful situation at the very minimum. According to the National Education Association as well, 33% of teenagers also experience stress due to social media.
Well, we all deal with stress in different ways. We also probably suffer from it in different ways. What are some of the symptoms?
Some of the symptoms that you could experience are the tension you might feel between your shoulder blades, the tightness in your chest, like you can't breathe or have a hard time breathing, grinding of your teeth at night, the headache that you might feel between your eyes, like a tension headache or in the back of your head, a decreased libido or sex drive, that's a big one, fatigue, stomach or digestive problems, mood or irritability issues, difficulty with sleeping or concentrating, and if unmanaged, those things can lead to more serious health problems like mental health issues, heart problems, impacts on the brain, respiratory or digestive problems as well.
I have a real quick side note to that, or side question. What about causing stuff like this, like acne?
Absolutely. Stress is one of the leading causes of acne, and we see that in not just teenagers, but sometimes in adults as well.
Okay, here's the million-dollar question. How then do folks manage stress?
One of the most important things, John, is really having really great stress management, especially because stress really affects the body so visceral. And so really learning how to relax and how to calm down and how to gain control of your body is extremely important. So things that can calm your body down, like exercise or deep abdominal breathing, getting a massage, taking a nice hot shower, yoga, those different types of things can really help someone to reduce down and control and manage your stress. Aside from that, healthy lifestyle is also extremely important as well too. So things like eating a healthy diet, having some good hobbies that a person enjoys, journaling, talking to someone, listening to music, these things can really help to manage stress and decrease it.
I agree. A massage or a nice hot shower, but also finding an avenue to release stress. Some folks exercise, some folks break things in one of those rooms that you can go in and break stuff. Others maybe shooting, just concentrating, doing Sudoku. I love all of that. But if someone does have trouble managing stress, what can they do? How do they get in touch with you guys?
If they need additional help, they can call our office at 808-375-7712 or go to www.hookollc.com, and they can be connected with someone to assist them.
Thanks you guys again for joining us. The topic was stress. It'll be available on KHON2.com shortly after the show.
Thanks, John.
Hello.
So many great ideas. They have such a wealth of knowledge and talk to so many different types of people about different topics. It's good to be able to talk with them every once in a while. 2 times a month for us.
And especially about something that affects so many people, stress, and right now. So very timely, thanks to them.
And I'll have you know that my acne is cleared up.
I didn't know you were talking about acne. I thought you were talking about gray hairs, which are coming in like...
Oh, that too. Gosh, that didn't clear up. Oh, my gosh. Look at it. It's like, just call me Pepper.
Oh, yeah. It worked for George Clooney. It's all good. It's a good job. Coming